Welcome to Out on the Prairie with KP, Scotty, and Ag. We're going to try to do something genuine and real. Don't know how well it'll work. Just know we're going to give it our best effort. So, here we go. Got a little chills to start the show. It's kind of a great way to start the show. Scotty, we were talking briefly before we got on camera. The reason why we couldn't record last week is because we weren't informed we were on camera when we were on camera, and we cussed like sailors.
Oh man, no, you can't do that.
So,
in case kids are watching.
We are.
They should get all their foul language from their YouTube videos.
Well, that's probably very true. So I do have a rundown that we're actually going to try and follow. As I pull it up.
There's a lot of subjects there. You will be able to broach them all?
Well, in the 30 minutes that we have, we are. And we have a farmer here that's going to give us a first-hand glance on the farm crisis that we currently are in. Ag, your update on the water, the weather, and
the prices.
The crisis.
Their soybeans have actually looked a little better. They're up, around $10 now for delivery when they're coming to harvest. So it's looking a little better. Corn's still way low. It really don't matter if we don't get a rain pretty soon. We're not going to have anything to harvest. The soybeans aren't filling out. They're flats is what they call them, and it's just lack of water. So we need a rain pretty bad. As far as the river level, it's real low because again, we need rain. They're forecasting it to be like 7 feet during harvest season, which puts a big crunch on the barges and everything else, which they usually make the farmer pay for some reason. But
so what are your qualifications speaking on the farmer's Ag? I mean, what makes you think you can talk like that?
I grew up on a farm. Spent most of my younger years there driving tractors and farming.
Now, if I can interrupt you.
Please do.
Be a little bit more specific. What were you growing? You mean your father was farming and these kids were part of it? What were you growing?
A little bit of everything. We grew soybeans, corn, wheat, a little bit of milo. For a few years there, we did a lot of vegetables. We did tomatoes and bell peppers, and we always grew watermelon, potatoes, pumpkins. So we grew a little bit of everything. And now it's down to mostly row crop, soybeans and corn. So we've narrowed it down to just a few crops now. We don't do the vegetables anymore. But we're still, we still got about 2,000 acres of soybeans and corn that we're trying to get to market.
What's to address you, by the way?
KP.
KP. All right. Okay. This is
Ask me what
all these aliases and
not all. There's one. And it was called my pen name by a friend.
All right. Pen name. All right. Fair enough.
Debbie Stokes calls me Dolan, but that's a long story. KP.
Can I express an opinion on agriculture? But first of all, we ought to call this segment the Ag Report. We really ought to.
Wow.
How can we not?
We can't.
Did you guys not think of that before I got here?
No. I call it Ag. Well, it's not why I call it Ag. There's another story there, but go ahead.
But
the Ag Report.
Ag Report.
Gotcha.
This segment.
Winning.
Let me start by saying I understand there's some things that we enjoy that have to be shipped around. Oranges, right? Avocados, maybe, right? There's certain things you're going to have to ship places, or we won't be able to enjoy them, right? Or not in their best form. Coffee.
Bananas.
Yeah, sure, bananas, pineapples, all that, but I really think that the best option is to get away from these. I mean, you drive out towards Poplar Bluff and you can just see corn as far as the eye can see. Right. I wish it was, let's see, feasible. I wish you could do farming like you grew up. Some vegetables, some wheat, some beans, and most of it used locally. Others, stockpiles traded off to people for bananas and pineapples and shit, But
that's our first. SHYTE, but it's great. I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, I did.
No, that's it. That's all I have to say on that. Yeah.
Because I'm not, I mean, that's why we got an ag guy to do the ag report, because I'm ignorant as well of a lot of the agriculture specifics. But when the folks lending the money are saying that when I'm putting the pencil together, they had some kind of term, and I'll come back with it later, but the pencil's not penciling, and right now in the boot hill, if you plant an acre of cotton, you're going $400 in the hole for every acre. Now I can't count.
I hate that because I love cotton. I mean, everything I'm wearing right now is cotton, or enough cotton that my body's fooled in thinking it is.
So they also said, here's the outlook, that when the tariffs actually do go into effect, the 15% on such, that the price will then go up to $450 an acre that you're losing. How close to that is that?
Well,
these are the ladies who
Cotton's all okay.
We don't grow cotton, so I can't really speak on cotton, but it's the same way with corn and soybeans. You know, there's so much money going into input to get the crop to where you can harvest it. By the time you get there, the margins are so small, it's not, you know, in the negative. It's not sustainable. If something's going to break.
Am I correct in thinking that a lot of the cornfields, they came to a certain point and they said, you know what, it's not worth our money to fertilize it, to water it, and anything, they just let it die in the fields?
Yeah, because there's this thing called crop insurance, which then when you start talking about that, you know, we don't want to talk about that.
But yeah.
But now,
that's one of the things. If you'll see some fields that are completely barren, and a lot of those were you can get crop insurance for like things like prevented planting. So you say, I'm going to plant corn this year. If we get a river or there's too much rain and you can't plant it, then you'll get crop insurance money for that. So that's why you see some of those fields that are barren.
is that socialism?
What? It is, a little bit.
I'm just asking for the class.
Well,
a little bit. So is the fire department and things of that.
All the public roads that you don't pay a toll on. Which have you guys ever run into toll roads?
Well, they're
not around here, but
not around here, right? But yeah, in Plain.
The bridge used to be tolled.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And the one that came
in the butt.
Oh. Yeah. Well, we could cry all day in our Wheaties because the farmers are going to join the rest of us in the poverty. And that's not funny and that's not a joke, because as the ladies illustrated, the farmers drive the economy. When they are not winning, neither are the people selling the trucks like Matt Stark, our old buddy that's going to be on the pod.
Working on tractors.
Or the insurance folks who sell the insurance agent, who teach the schools, who sell your grocery. It's sick. I mean, it's all tied together. So let's do a little music scene.
No, just go ahead. Just keep talking.
Well, that is.
If you guys get boring,
that is.
that's not to imply that every time I play you're boring.
Well, also the reason why he's playing because he was going to record a bed for us, and we'll have that soon. It's like we're kind of getting the vibe to the show now. Also, before we get too far into this, I want to thank Robert Hinkle for allowing us to film in Timbuktu, as it's called, and. We're going to play a little ping pong later, got a little pool, so there's going to be things to do. Also, don't forget, I've been highlighting this. I told Aaron about this on the way down here. Scott, I don't know if I've tuned you up. There will be a free barbecue butt given away today on today's show. Come on up. How to do that is to listen to the end of the show, and we're going to reveal a number. And then you take that number and call Kara down at the Shaw Shack, and you will get a free butt. We're going to do that probably every other week, and then every other week that we don't give away a free butt barbecue down at Sawdust Corner, we're going to do a lunch or whatever. So we appreciate Kara Shea coming on board as well. So I also want to say thanks to these two cats who've been my friend for decades. I've known them both very well, and I get to chill now that I've been, do I say my soul was saved Easter Sunday, so I'm a changed dude. People are just now knowing that, and it's kind of odd. But the ag report was great. Transitioning to the weather. If you watch the weather, I'm a weather aficionado. It ain't gonna rain. It's gonna be hot. Yeah.
They keep changing it. Like every day you look at it, then there's rain, like 4 or 5 days off. But then the next day you look at it, then the rain's 4 or 5 days off. So like right now, there's a 75% chance that it's going to rain on Friday, and then a 47% chance it's going to rain on Saturday. So hopefully we get some rain out of it, because we really need both of those days to be raining.
You need an old soaker, I believe is what they call it.
There's cracks on our back 40 that I can run my hand down in that deep.
That's into the gumbo, people, and if you really followed Aaron and I in 2011 as we covered the flood, putting your hand down in a cracked up gumbo when the water used to be 20 foot high there, that's kind of weird, man.
That's the way it is down there, though.
All right, so seriously, Scotty, are you guys playing Saturday in Perryville?
Yeah, we are. You know, the Lounge 505 Club, Third Ditch. You know where we got the name for that?
You told me, but I don't think anybody
Well, for
else
the viewers,
knows.
for anybody who's interested, this actually is, let's see, not a before my time thing, and after my time. I moved to Sykes and I was already at a high school or whatnot, but my little brother and sister were. And when the kids would go out to, drink and smoke a little away from the adults, they would go to Third Ditch. Now, I don't even know what road it was, but actually the first bridge they crossed wasn't too close. Second ditch, let's go third. There's something.
We got First Bridge. But.
Yeah, the first bridge. Well, East Prairie.
We weren't, yeah.
You had to be closer to the hospital.
You need some water? So go ahead, Third Ditch playing Saturday in Perryville.
Yeah. The Lounge 505 Club.
So, this is how far we go back. I'm going to tell you the year is
No, numbers on it.
late 80s, early 90s. We played at Jeremiah's in Cape Girardeau when Bill Emerson, we're going to get to the politics a little bit, Bill Emerson was walking down the streets.
Was he?
Yes, Front Street. It was some kind of celebration. But you and I played an acoustic show there in Cape Girardeau. Do you remember that?
I do remember playing the show. Yeah.
We did one in Sykeston too.
We did it
at Jeremiah.
downstairs. A lot of the shows they would do upstairs, which I feel sorry for drummers and anybody with an electric instrument and an amp back then, especially. Nowadays they've got these little bitty things. Weird.
I'm looking at the recording. You're in it good. Ag, you're in it good.
Yeah, good.
And now a lot of people go, KP, why do you got your back turned? Because people don't want to see my ugly mug and get it. I ain't got no teeth. So that's how we're going to do that. Where are we at on time wise? How many minutes are we?
How are we doing, Paul?
We're 13 minutes in.
See, that's how we got 2 subjects and half our time's gone.
Is that good?
Well, I mean, yes.
Half our time. We're not on time. No
I'm
time.
saying-
What subject you want to cover?
Yeah, your agendas are
Ambitious?
I think they would be more for a series of shows than on any one particular show.
Well, I like to be prepared. I like to know what the hell
sure.
you're talking about. That's number 2.
Always have more than enough questions.
You do. And always know most of the answers to the questions before you ask them, or that way people will gaslight you, Ag.
I once had, I'm sorry, Ag. I once had a newspaper story. I once had an exterminator. This is so long ago, I can't remember the company. But I was interviewing about something, and he told me that mice, one of the reasons they can go under doors and stuff like that is they have no spine.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not print that.
Yeah. That's a great quote.
Yeah, I know, but I just no. For the public good, I did not print that. It was false information, and it wouldn't have done the community any good for a bunch of kids to think that mice had no spine. By definition,
They are blind,
listeners,
aren't they?
they're vertebrates, and any vertebrate has a spine.
His dad's a doctor, so he'll get into that later. But yeah.
It's not like he sat me down and with cadavers
Well,
and proved it to me.
I'm sure there was
I
conversation that normal prairians, towboaters, and such don't have.
Well, yeah.
So now that we've stopped the conversation to try to regroup and see where we're at,
Next on the agenda.
we will. I'm really anxious to play it a little. Let's go ahead and get into it. The lack of political clout that we have in Southeast Missouri.
Oh.
Ag?
Yeah. I don't think we're fully represented the way other places are, for sure.
What you mean by that?
We just don't have the pool, don't have the population. That's the biggest one.
So when we talk about gerrymandering and redistricting, know that Jason Smith does not have to get a vote south of Cape Girardeau, and he'll win, going away like he always does.
Yeah.
That is what's what I'm looking for.
Taxation with that representation?
That Patrick Henry said that. I'm looking for.
Well, I mean, that's the bare bones of what our forefathers like. You know, is forget this whole God-appointed kings. You know, to live a life of luxury and manage us. You know, our four founders, right? It was about, look, we all kick in money so we can all use roads. Even if you don't personally use the road, having roads is good for the country because that's how stuff gets around.
Right.
You know, so that's really the base bones of it. And if we're paying taxes, right, from this area on, you know, agricultural goods, or, you know, what we're producing, or, you know, simple things like income tax, and we're not getting adequate representation, then, you know, that's when you stand up and say, hey,
Right.
loudly.
Funny side note, I had to pay extra taxes on my Tesla because I charged it with solar power and didn't buy gas. Which is where they get the money to pay for the roads, and some of the gas tax goes to that. And since I wasn't buying gas, I had to pay.
They tax you for not taking the product.
I had to pay
right.
extra taxes for not burning fossil fuels.
Well,
Wow.
the reason I brought that up is these ladies that were representing the Farm Credit Associations in this interview today, they've been interviewed by Steve McPeters on KYMO. They couldn't even get a sit down with staffers from Hawley or Schmidt. Those are the U.S. senators, by the way. Jason Smith hasn't held a public meeting where he will have to actually talk to human beings since he got elected. And here's the deal, Trump and the R's take 80% of this region regardless who's running it. And folks, we're talking about this farm crisis. The big beautiful bill doesn't assess that in, pass a farm bill. So the actual policies that they're putting, interrupt me, but the policies they're putting in place, the folks around here are voting against their own self-interest. And me, I'm a libtard and a left-wing loony, so when I point these things out, KP, well,
Fact check me on this, Ag, because I learned that you can't get married now until you're 18 in Missouri, as of August.
Wow, that was a transition. He's Googling it.
Fact check me.
I knew you couldn't get a bank account if
No,
you're a
this
woman
is-
in Missouri until 1973. You couldn't have your own checking account. You had to have your husband have a checking account for you. That's a story for another day. We were talking
Is
politics.
that true? Is that something our state legislator
It's
did?
searching. Beginning August 28th, minimum age to get married in Missouri will be 18, with no exceptions.
With no exceptions.
My mother got married at 16.
Yeah. Well, not only that, so let's take, for example, a 16-year-old girl who gets pregnant. She has no option but to have a child out of wedlock now, right? Am I correct? She can't get married, not till she's 18, and what? She can't get an abortion, right?
Well, that's
So-
true.
So they have arranged it now, so if you get pregnant before you're 18 or before you're 17 and a half, you will definitely have a child out of wedlock. How's that for
Government?
intrusiveness? How can a parent not have the right to say, yeah, my kid can get married at 16 because they're dedicated to each other and we think that, you know, they're going to give it a good go?
Well, that wasn't on the rundown, but it's serious, Scotty. I mean, we have these conversations personally quite often, and like futile, I believe that's the word. But okay, like that mouse, I got a spine.
Good.
You know, I need to speak my mind and talk that, like, you hear.
Yeah, but where is let's just put it this, let's go all the way. Where is the Christ-like motivation in this combination of state-imposed restrictions?
Gosh, we ain't even got to the football yet. So, Scotty's in here talking religion, ag.
I'm not talking
now's a
religion,
good
I'm just
time.
asking a question.
Now's a good time.
Of
to
the
take it.
religious who are controlling our
Yes.
state politics right now.
I'm so glad I felt the Spirit hit me Easter Sunday. I'm 65. I lived most of my life as a heathen, so I'm appreciative of the blessings I got. But the reason,
And once again, and this is great irony. It will only affect the ones that care. Because I know a lot of hippie chicks. They don't care. They just go out and they just choose a baby daddy and they have a child and they don't want a father in the home because they don't trust men.
did I hear you say that you don't like hippie chicks? But anyhow.
Well, I like hippie chicks.
You're still a hippie. I used to have long hair until it just got to the point we had to go. You all right? You had to go out and take care of matters?
Yep.
Actually, I only like one chick right now. I'm a married man.
Well-
Happily, I should have brought my ring. I ran out the door trying to grab guitars and.
I'll tell you why I call him Ag in a minute, but yeah, Scotty, it's good to see you happy, and it's nice to read your wife, Susan, if I can say her name,
Yeah.
on Facebook, because she's also a hippie girl, and the stuff she writes is really from the heart,
Yeah.
and it's kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
You know.
I knew we were aligned. I knew we were for each other. But yeah.
February will come and we'll give away Valentine's Day. Oh, also, this be because I don't got your pics. I know your pics
Does
are
this
killer.
establishment have any air conditioners? Getting humid in here.
Yeah, it's hot, but it's too much background noise.
Oh yeah.
Well, we
Understood. I'll sweat it down. I'll sweat it down.
Where we at?
We're at 22 minutes,
Okay.
so we're almost done.
Okay. One more thing about the weather. Have you noticed it's been more humid this year than any other year?
It was hot and humid there for a long time.
I can't remember a year before
Climate change,
that my
talk about it.
air conditioner, I'm going to take the house down to 66 degrees if I didn't turn it off for a while to take the humidity out of there. And I don't remember having to turn it on and off and on and off like that.
Yeah, it was definitely humid this year.
Let me write that down. Topics to discuss: climate change. Are you talking climate
No.
change, Scott? Well,
I don't know.
Scott thinks there's climate change.
I think it's a
guys.
dang shame that the crops don't have enough water and because we're wearing it all.
It's all in the air.
Yeah, it's all in the air. Can't
Well, what about the cloud burster? Can we just blow it and put it
I don't know.
cloud?
teach corn to suck water from the air.
I'm not fan my buddy, but listen, we ain't got to the pics yet because we got a trip
Well, we better
to
do that really
Memphis.
quick then. And I mean, this is,
I
trying to
got
fit in
yours
on a piece of
down.
vinyl. It doesn't have to stop at exactly 30
You're
minutes.
right.
So.
I haven't got your pics in. You're 0 for 10.
No, I told you what my picks are.
Well, this week, but your first week they weren't in on time, so you went 0 and 10.
No, wait a minute. Who did the home team win?
That's not okay. If that's how you want me to retro, I will.
Retro.
All right,
Can
Scotty,
we do that?
retro.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Retro it at the home team.
Okay, if I can take East Prairie out of my picks because I'm going to pick them to win every time, and they're going to get crushed this year in their rebuilding year. We're talking about the Bahamas. We're talking about a trip to the Bahamas. Okay, yeah. So do I get a vote on that? Can I take East Prairie out of my calculations? Because winning percentage is what we're going for.
Percentage, huh?
Yeah. Asking for a vote. I say yes, I can.
I abstain, so motion
wow.
passes.
I'm fine with it.
So
Just to give perspective, KP,
yeah, buddy.
I went to a different high school all 4 years. In fact, I was thinking about it. I never did 2 full school years at any one school ever.
That's got to be tough. Is that
It
why
was-
you went into judo?
That was strange.
Correct.
Yeah, it's probably part of it. Yeah.
Did you also have that long hair?
At times, yep.
We'll be here all week. All right, so Ag, I would say as I try to pull up the games here, because I only got the first week, I didn't bring week 2. Well, yeah, I did. I'm smarter than the average bear. I don't have to write everything down, do I?